Dobro Jutro, Divine Pisces, 222. It is Monday, October 28th, 2019. Going to do an energy check-in for the Twin Flames today. So, first card out today is Leo. So I do feel that there's like some almost like residual ego being broken down here between the twins, both Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine. I feel there's definitely some towers, if they haven't hit yet, that they are coming for both twins. Now, Divine Feminine, these towers I do feel may be a little bit more intense than recent towers, okay? Which, that's saying a lot, right? I believe Mercury is about to go into retrograde again, I think the way that, I can't remember if it's Jupiter or not, something to do with Jupiter, it's like everything is being pushed. It's like the path is being illuminated for a lot of twins right now, and the way that it's being illuminated is through towers. It's like, again, we were talking about this cosmic push and cycles, and that's definitely intensifying here. So I do feel that there are some towers coming as well. It's almost like the towers are coming to reinforce the loyalty to the journey, mainly for Divine Feminine right now, because, you know, as we all know, the last couple of weeks have been very doubt-filled. You know, Divine Feminine's feeling like there's just something not quite okay. You know, can't really put her finger on it, that sort of thing, but turning inwards and trying to figure out what it is in her own life that needs to be rectified, right? So Leo energy coming in today, very strong. We also have Scorpio energy, and of course, you know, this morning was, very early this morning was the Scorpio new moon. So again, you know, that cosmic push and these cycles, and of course Scorpio represents the death of cycles. So I do feel karmic cycles are ending, you know, a lot of past life karma being wrapped up, and cycles between the twins also, because, you know, you can have karmic cycles with your twin as well, okay? And especially if you've had past lives together, you know, there's a lot of karma built up over those particular lifetimes, you know, that kind of bleed in to the subsequent lifetimes, that needs to be resolved. So I do feel some resentment coming in for the ending of these cycles. It's like the twins are, they're wanting the end of these cycles, but at the same time, it's like they're feeling resentment for the end of those cycles. Now, there could be resentment back and forth between the twins right now, but I do feel in general, it's just resentment of the ending of the cycles in particular, okay? So with the ending of these cycles, you know, what it does is it, of course, brings in this whole idea of insecurity. It brings in a lot of insecurity, a lot of self-doubt, identity crisis, so to speak, you know, kind of like, and I know this happened to me, almost like a feeling of my entire life has pretty much been a lie up until now, that sort of thing. So the realization that, you know, with the ending of these cycles, that there's basically a brand new you, not just a brand new beginning, but a brand new you. It's almost like you're kind of rediscovering who you actually are. And I feel this is across the board, both Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine. Divine Masculine always tends to take these things a lot harder than Divine Feminine. You know, most Divine Feminines who are a little bit farther along in their journey are a little bit more open to this sort of thing. Almost just kind of like an epiphany of, oh, okay. Everything that I've been through up till now has led to what's happening here, and I'm just going to kind of go with it and see what happens. Whereas Divine Masculine, most Divine Masculines are just kind of like, you know, freaking out because they don't really understand. But at the same time, it's almost like, it's really weird. It's like a mix of relief and resentment at the same time, coming in here. It's like a discovery of, again, the happiness within, like understanding that happiness does come from within, as does self-love, right? And so I do feel, again, with this cosmic push, you know, a lot more downloads coming in, a lot more epiphanies happening, which is going to accompany these towers big time. So just be prepared for that, because I do feel some towers are definitely coming for the collective. Just make sure you're open to that, okay, and be receptive to that. And sure, it may trigger you, but do your best to stay grounded, and use that intuition to help interpret what it is you're actually seeing and what it is you're experiencing and what it's bringing to the surface for you to heal, right? Because there's a lot that's coming to light here. Okay, seeing through the deceptions and self-deception, seeing through your own self-deception is one of the most powerful things you can do, because I mean, it's a lot easier, I feel, to see through deceptions of other people than it is to see through deceptions of yourself. You can lie to other people a lot easier than you can lie to yourself, but like if you get in the habit of lying to yourself over and over and over again that I'm fine, I'm happy, whatever, you start to believe it, and then when something comes in and triggers you, you're just kind of like thrown off balance, right? So I do feel a lot of that kind of coming in. You know, again, these realizations that, you know, feeling stuck in either karmic cycles, karmic situations, feeling the ability to move, but not the motivation to move. And I feel that that's what this cosmic push really is like, again, lighting that fire up under your butt in order to move forward, because you've been feeling like stuck in this energy for a while. And it's okay to take a step back and to evaluate why you're feeling stuck, but you still want to move forward at the same time, right? And to not fear the triggers as they come in, but to be open to the triggers so that you can be open for healing, right? So I do feel some, again, and I said this yesterday, some communication definitely coming in for some twins, and possibly in a passionate manner, but it could also be triggering. Keep that in mind. You know, with this whole resentment in the air and everything like that, it could be actually very triggering for you, okay? Divine Masculine definitely, I feel, has set some boundaries here. Some Divine Feminines absolutely have as well. Some Divine Feminines have pulled back from their connections because it wasn't serving them. They were feeling, you know, just in general, like it wasn't moving forward, so they decided to refocus, and that's what you should do, absolutely. But also, I feel some sexual energy coming in today as well, so keep that in mind, all right? So be prepared. Alright, let's take a look at Divine Masculine, and it's skipping. It always skips, just randomly. Okay. Alright, so let's see what we got here. Yeah, Divine Masculine definitely triggered here. And of course, you know, these aspects can be mirrored. They go back and forth, okay, guys? So keep that in mind. So, you know, Divine Masculine's feeling triggered. Divine Feminine's probably feeling triggered right now, too. And honestly, there's a lot of triggering going back and forth. The twins trigger each other all the time, even if they're not in physical union or they're not in 3D communication, what have you. The triggering always goes back and forth. That's why it's so important, you know, for Divine Feminine to step up into her healing and doing her things, because it helps move things along for Divine Masculine as well. So I do feel Divine Masculine definitely very triggered, and it's like he's trying to fight off this trigger, right? Here he is standing in the doorway. He's afraid to come through the door, you know, and to face the triggers that are coming, you know, but it's like he knows he has to. So he's putting up his wand here. He's just like, okay, I got this, you know. But at the same time, it's like he's afraid to make a move. So again, this cosmic push to get him to acknowledge these triggers and to acknowledge the things that are ending in his life, the imbalance that has been in his life for a very long time. I feel some of them are very financially codependent on someone, or maybe a job, or maybe they are caring for a family member or what have you, so somebody's financially codependent on them. So there's been an uneven exchange for a very, very long time, not just financially, but also emotionally, and just in general, making them feel very drained. So these cycles are definitely being called to end, right? And so as these cycles end, of course, there's this whole dynamic of feeling the loss, feeling sorry, you know, feeling again that mix of relief and resentment at the same time. It's like, okay, well, I feel freer, but oh my gosh, look at all this stuff that has, completely gone from me, or, you know, this stuff that I'm losing and I don't want to lose, you know. But here's the little sliver of truth that's coming in and trying to show him, no, 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 you need to leave this behind. You got to move forward here, okay? You need to get up and move, okay? Stop feeling stuck in this situation that you don't want to be in, right? Manifest your way out. And a lot of them are figuring that they can do this. They're figuring out they can do this. Divine Feminine's been working on this for a while, and manifestation's no joke, guys. Like, okay, just as an example, you know, when I went to look at this car that I was going to buy, that I was able to get last week, right? They were telling me, you know, the new models were coming in and that I could put my name on one for $500. And I'm like, I don't have $500. But I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go anyway. You know, this is going to happen. This is something that I'm going to do. You know, and I'm not going to worry about I'm not going to worry about how it's going to happen. I just know it's going to happen. I got there. I spent like an hour there. Something with their system wasn't right. And you know what? They reserved the car for me without me having to put any money down. Right? And then a couple weeks later, the car came in, you know, and I'm sitting here thinking, all right, okay, maybe I'll need a cosign. It's going to be fine. But you know what? I'm getting this car. This is my car. I'm going to have this car. I'm not going to worry about how it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Everything was approved just fine. Everything went through just fine. I was out of there in like 2 hours. Was able to be at work. And I thought I was going to be late, but I was early to work. So, like, manifestation, it seems small, but things like that happen continually, it makes you realize how powerful you actually are. That you can manifest these things in your life, right? Fairly easily. Once you learn how to do it, once you understand the dynamic, it's a lot easier, right? So Divine Masculine is understanding that he can do this. You know, he's manifested his way into these situations. He's going to be able to manifest himself out, right? And so it's like he's taking a cue, right? So Divine Feminine's doing it. Divine Masculine's like, I can do this, right? Because we mirror. We mirror all the time, right? So if she can do it, I can do it, right? So again, lighting a fire up under his ass to move. Okay, and a lot of them are feeling, and there's a lot of wands here, guys, so a lot of passion, definitely a lot of creativity coming in. Some of these Divine Masculines, they've been working on something for a long time that they're very, very proud of, very passionate about. They were hitting a stalemate there for a hot minute, but now it's like, again, you know, that fire is just getting lit up, so they're moving, and that's really good. So let's take a look at Divine Feminine here. Yeah, look at that, the Magician. So, yeah, manifestation. I'm sorry, I love when stuff like this happens. It's just amazing to me. So Divine Feminine definitely learning to manifest and showing the way how to manifest here. And also, I find this particular card very interesting because it shows both counterparts. A lot of times the Magician is just one person, but here it shows both counterparts. Okay, and you've got Divine Masculine holding the wand, which, okay, and then Divine Feminine here is facing the truth here, okay, and between them you have the Ace of Cups and you have the Ace of Pentacles, okay, so you've got all four aces here, which is essentially the Four of Wands, right, because the Four of Wands is the four aces together. That's the union card, okay, so in a way this is also a union card. So it's like manifesting not only the things in their life, you know, that they need to manifest, you know, with Divine Masculine, it's the, you know, the creativity to move forward, Divine Feminine standing in her truth, and then between them you have you know, the 3D aspect and the astral aspect together. Okay, so it's like they're manifesting together and they may not even realize that they're doing this. And they're also manifesting the connection as well. Okay, so that's a really, really powerful card, you know. So Divine Feminine also, you know, facing some karmic situations here, understanding a little bit more truth about the karmic situation. Things are coming to light. It's like more and more epiphanies are happening with these karmic situations. It's, you know, making them stand up and say, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not letting anyone else make me feel like crap about myself. Okay, I am living my truth, I'm standing in my truth, and I'm not going to let anybody tell me who I am. I know who I am. I'm very proud of who I am. And it's taken me a long time to get to this point, right? So a lot of Divine Feminines, again, you know, really and look, Leo coming in again. Okay, so a lot of Divine Feminines really understanding who they are and manifesting their way out of karmic situations that they know need to end, right? And this hermit mode, I do feel a lot of divine feminines still in this kind of disconnected mode. They've kind of stepped back from divine masculine, which is perfectly fine, guys. And they're learning to trust their own inner guidance here. And for a long time, divine feminine is surrounded by darkness, and they weren't able to understand if it was coming from them or if it was coming from divine masculine, because there's a mix of both, and sometimes it's really hard to differentiate, right? So still trying to figure that out, but understanding that their own guidance is the most important guidance that they can have, and that will lead them out of this defeated energy, because divine feminine been feeling like this for a couple of weeks, right? And it's been back and forth. It's been back and forth. It's like one day divine feminine's good, one day divine feminine's not good. But divine masculine is the same way. It's like it goes back and forth. It's like constant mirroring all the time, right? So lifting herself out of that defeated energy into what? The truth. Into the truth. Living her truth, proud of her truth. Doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. Okay? Not even her counterpart. And this is incredibly powerful, because you've learned basically that you control your own destiny. You control your emotions. You control what you think of you. You don't let anybody else control what you think of you. That's incredibly powerful, right? Because you don't let anybody's criticism of you affect you at all. Because guess what? You're moving forward. You're moving forward in abundance. Okay? You're learning from the triggers. You're taking up that wand and you're moving forward. Okay? Showing divine masculine the way. And that's what you're supposed to do. Right? So, a lot of yellow here, so I definitely would recommend a solar plexus hit for some of you. If you're kind of in this energy of not quite sure, definitely do a solar plexus hit, because that governs your confidence. Right? Alright, so let's get some messages from the divine counterparts today. And a lot of people have been commenting about the song messages. They're definitely a thing here lately. They're finding their way back. Some of them may be going through old text messages and that sort of thing as well. Towers. Karmic situations. Again, appearances can be deceiving, guys. It's a good one to end on. Okay, so let's get some messages and advice from the universe. These cards are so cumbersome. Woohoo! No, not that many. There we go. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Oh, expect the unexpected. So this to me is really just kind of driving home the whole idea of releasing expectations. Right? Release the expectations. Focus on the outcome, but release the expectations of how it's going to happen. The universe will take care of it for you. Right? This also, to me, is really interesting because, you know, it's like it depicts the twins here. Okay? So it's like both twins are being guided to release control. And that's incredibly difficult to do. But it's a part of the journey that needs to be done, right? And as you release control, as you gain that inner wisdom, as you gain the wisdom from, and look, it's a 2-2. As you gain that wisdom, you know, through your journey, you'll understand even more about yourself and get even more downloads. And it is just going to keep going until you rise higher and higher and higher until you're fully ascended. Oh, and I wanted to tell you guys, I forgot. So when I bought my car, the sales guy, his number, like his employee number, was 3033. Just saying. Like, right? So anyway, so as you rise higher and higher and understand your own sovereignty, you know, this is going to get a lot easier to manifest. It just is. Light workers, it's very easy for a light worker to manifest. So on that same note, just make sure that you're keeping your vibe high, you're keeping your thoughts positive, so that you're manifesting the right things, right? So I do feel a lot of you are definitely getting some aha moments. You're coming out of the darkness, you're facing your shadow selves, which is incredibly important, right? And just, you know, realizing that it's self-love, of course, is the key. See the keyhole here? So stepping through into the light from the darkness, you know, because you're being guided to do so, and without fear, you know, and understanding that you, again, hold the power to manifest anything that you want. Anything that you want, right? And I think for the longest time, you know, it's like Divine Feminine understood this, but it's like Divine Feminine's getting to the point where she really gets it. She really gets that she can do anything she wants, right? It doesn't matter. Also, I feel like this card, a lot of you are being called into action, being called into mission, right? And to release the fear surrounding that, because you have the strength that you need to do anything you want. Don't let fear keep you trapped here, okay? Don't let fear keep you trapped. All right, you have everything you need within to move forward, and I feel like a lot of you have been letting fear and doubt hold you back from doing the things that you want to do. So stop, release it, okay? All right, guys, well, thank you so much for joining me. If this has resonated, please like, share, subscribe, and I guess I'll see you guys later. Bye.